I would say my best bet is that they are sirens. Mermaids are usually described as these nice ones, the sweet ones that you can fall in love with, but the sirens, they are the evil doppelganger of the mermaids. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Uche, and if this is your first time on this channel and you're not subscribed yet, please click on the subscribe button down below so you get notified whenever I post a new video. And please know that subscription to this channel is free, so YouTube does not charge you for clicking on the subscribe button. So guys, click. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back to this channel. I hope you're having fun with the videos, and I also hope you're reading as well. So guys, in this video I'll be reviewing the book The Deep by a number of authors, but the main author is River Solomon, and then David Diggs, William Hudson, and Jonathan Snipes. So this book was published in 2019, and it tells of a different world. This world is underwater, so it is not something that we are entirely used to, and the main character is Yetu. So guys, at the start of this book I was thinking, okay, this book was talking about mermaids, but it's not entirely so, because by the time I got to know the abilities of these individuals that are underwater, they are called the Wajinru. So by the time I got to know about them, about their attributes, I would say my best bet is that they are sirens. So mermaids are usually described as these nice ones, the sweet ones that you can fall in love with, but the sirens, they are the evil doppelganger of the mermaids. So they are predators. So these creatures that are talked about in this book, they are predators also, and nothing is mentioned about their beauty. So if you've watched the series Siren, as much as I kept reading this book, the creatures in the series Siren just kept popping up in my head, and anytime they were talking about a particular individual, I was just thinking about, okay, siren, this is what it is. And if you even look at the cover of the book, that doesn't really look like a mermaid. That's not the image of mermaids that I'm used to seeing, so that's more like a siren. So guys, first of all, what called me to this book was the book cover. So on the cover of the book, there's this siren that is there and surrounded by, I think, whales or sharks. And I've always had this fascination with anything that has to do with underwater and mermaids and sirens. That's why the series Siren is one of my best TV shows. Yeah, so that was what made me get this book in the very first place. And yes, the main character in this book is Yetu. So Yetu is a 34-year-old siren. She's given this responsibility of being the historian of the Wajinru. So she keeps the memories of this Wajinru, and once in a year she releases these memories to the other members of the Wajinru clan, and after a while she harvests them back, because if she doesn't, there can be dark consequences on the ocean, and most especially normal human beings that are above the ground. But this responsibility of being the historian of the Wajinru creatures is telling so much on Yetu, because it's almost like she's dying slowly but surely, and she has to be protected, she has to be preserved, because if she dies without passing over the knowledge to, or the memories to, a successor, then it just means that the Wajinru, they've lost their sense of identity, they've lost their history. So the history of these Wajinru people is very important to them. And the book also talks about how these Wajinru people came to be, how they met the first human, who is called Waj. So they are named after this first human that they meet. So human beings are referred to as two-legged creatures. This Waj stayed on the island and befriended these sirens for about a year before she had to go back to where she was coming from. And then we get to know more about these sirens. We get to know that they are hermaphrodites. Later on, towards the end of the book, there's this introduction of non-binary. So this is not the first time I'm coming across anything that has to do with non-binary individuals. I read Freshwater by Akweke Emezi, and she referred to herself as a non-binary. So there's this use of we in a situation whereby the pronoun I would have been used. So for instance, I can say I am going to work, but the non-binary person would say we are going to work. So it's almost like, and I'll say what this book did for me was to just enlighten me on the term non-binary. So I really didn't take into cognizance that they are non-binary people, and that is because here in Nigeria it is something that is abstract. It is something that we don't really know. Yeah, it's something that I don't know about it. So that's just how it is. Save for this book, so I can come and say, oh, non-binary people, okay, it's really a thing. Apart from that, there is this particular occasion under the water that's called the remembrance. So here it is said in the book that their ancestors were actually pregnant black women who were thrown overboard a ship. So these women, they drowned, but it just happened that the child that they have in their stomach came out not as a human being but as one of them, as a siren. So the baby just changed into their kind. And what happens in this remembrance is that Yetu decides to leave. So in this state whereby the rest of the Wajinru, they are I'll say kind of like they are in this trance, they are going back memory lane to see all these things that happened. She decides to escape. She escapes to land, and there she's befriended by 2 to 3 humans, and these humans, they were nice to her, they were kind to her, giving her food, you know, and then she was able to regain her strength because she was sapped. The job of being the historian of the Wajinru people was killing her. But the thing was, if she doesn't go back into the deep to harvest these memories back from the other members of the Wajinru, then there is bound to be great issues. So it just means that there will be full-blown war between the creatures in the water and the human beings above the ground too. So there's going to be a storm, you know, all those kind of things, and it's just going to be crazy. And already in the deep, the time had come for the Wajinru creatures to send back the memories that they have, but Yetu was not there, and already they were brewing. There was already this call for war, because some of the two-legged creatures, that's human beings, were already killing some of the Wajinru creatures with the use of bombs, because there was a treasure that was discovered in the deep. And you know how human beings are when they see something that they want, so they can just, you know, kill and bomb and destroy the place just to get this treasure that they seek. So that's just how it is in this book. And you know, towards the end, there's a balance with Yetu accepting her people, accepting how important the role that she plays as a historian is for the Wajinru people in the deep. And you know, this book is just a story of breaking free, you know, knowing who you are, knowing your worth, and choosing what, apart from the fact that something is passed down to you, you also choose to accept it, and you also choose to position your life in the way that it's a win-win for everybody. So guys, apart from that, my other thoughts about this book, did I enjoy the book? Not really. I didn't really enjoy the book, but this is not to say the book is not a good one. It's a good one, and you know, it just exposes you to a different world, even though it is a fiction. But it's nice to read about a different world. But I'll just say I feel this book was not really explored, or maybe it's just because it wasn't what I was expecting. Yeah, when I went into the book, I was expecting the normal, you know how the storyline of the series Siren is, so I was expecting something like that, but that wasn't what I got. But what I got was actually good. It was okay. I got to know about the non-binary people, and you know, it was just there. And this book is actually a very short one, so it's very easy to read. And I did suffer a bad reading slump from reading this book. I don't know if the reading slump was from me or it was just from the book, but this book is just there. This book is just there. It's cool. It's not yeah, would I go gaga about it? Would I want to read it again? No, I don't think so, but it's a nice read. That's basically it about this book. Do not get me wrong, this book is a nice book. Yeah, please, it's a nice book, but alright guys, so that's just it about this book, and thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. Do not forget to click on the like button so that YouTube recommends this video to other users, and also share this video with your friends so that they'll enjoy what you are enjoying as well. And also do not forget to leave your comment in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts about mermaids, sirens? You know, on my own I've always done research, and mermaid is really real, a mermaid is real, a siren is real. Some schools of thought will say it's real, others will say no, it's not real, it's fiction, it's the work of imagination, but that's fine. I'm glad there's something like this. That's why I appreciate this book. I'm glad there's something like this to talk about it. And guys, do not forget to click on the subscribe button down below so you get notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching again. I'll see you in my very next video. Bye guys.